Welcome to the Daily News Network, and today you're on a mission with Jack Sears, where we visit with local business leaders and nonprofit leaders to talk about their mission and how they're bringing that into reality. Joining us today is a former Marine and the managing partner of a consulting business, Brown & Pierce Consulting, Jake Brown. Welcome, Jake.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so tell us about yourself.
Yeah, well, I grew up in New Mexico and then did the military thing for a little while, moved out to the East Coast, came down here to Jacksonville, Florida, and fell in love with it. I started working in recruitment after I got out of the military and realized it was kind of the career that I felt like I could see myself doing for the rest of my life. And so my business partner and I, Daniel Pierce, that's where the Brown & Pierce comes from.
Right.
We decided about 6 months ago that we were going to launch our own recruiting firm, focusing on the supply chain sector specifically, making it easy for transportation logistics companies to find top talent. So that's what we're doing now, and it's going pretty well. So.
Well, we don't say this in a trite way, but thank you for your service to our country.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, so it's great. And I would suspect that the experiences, the education, and what you learned in the Marine Corps, are you finding that helpful in business?
Absolutely, I absolutely am. I think veterans are actually a very overlooked talent pool by a lot of companies. They tend to prefer hiring directly out of the industry. Okay. And as a result, they kind of miss out on some of the really, really top talent that is out there coming from the military background. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Listen, you got to give this old gray-haired guy a little bit of grace here. So I'm going to ask you, if I haven't asked you already, how long have you been doing the consulting business with Brown & Pierce? Yeah,
Brown & Pierce, we just started 6 months ago, actually.
6 months ago. Okay.
Yeah, we have several years of recruiting experience before that, but our business is very much a startup, small business.
Startup.
Right now,
well, how's it going as a startup?
It's going great. Actually, super, super blessed. We've been really thankful for all the clients so far that have chosen to work with us, especially as a younger company. But we're working with over a dozen clients right now across 8 different states, which is pretty incredible given how young we are. So super, super fortunate.
Do you have capacity for more than 12?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
so what does the future look like for the company? What do you guys see? Where do you want to take it? Where do you want to go?
Yeah, I think one of the things we're balancing is scaling while keeping the quality. I think is a big challenge. A lot of recruiting companies out there tend to become very transactional as they grow. And that leads to not delivering the best service for both the client company as well as the candidates. And so Dan and I both feel very strongly that we want to retain that quality as we grow and not try to grow so fast that we lose the core of what we're doing, which is taking care of people.
Taking care of people. So. All right. If somebody is contemplating starting their own business, right, and I know you're 6 months into it, any lessons learned that you would share at this point?
Certainly, yeah.
That you want to share?
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's been a challenge. It's been one of the greatest challenges, I would say, of my life. Having a good plan and a lot of runway is really important, especially if you're doing what Dan and I did, which we did everything above board. We started completely from scratch. Okay. So we started with nothing but our phones and our laptops on day one. We formed the LLC and we got right to work. And so that was extremely difficult. In other industries, you might have a better starting point, I would say, is if you can start with some business in a great way, that's definitely going to help. Dan and I chose to just do it from scratch, and it's been quite an adventure so far. But like I said, things are going pretty well. So
pretty well.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
Well, good. Where do you see the company? Where would you like to see the company, let's say in 3, 5, or 10 years? Yeah,
I think as far as what we want to do, we want to be doing more in the industry. Like I said, we want to hit every state is a big goal that we have, is growing beyond the 8 states we have right now. We want to kind of be well known within the supply chain sector. It is still very underserved. There's actually not a whole lot of competition that we face, which is pretty incredible.
All right.
But we do want to kind of be known as when people say Brown & Pierce, oh yeah, those are the supply chain headhunter guys. So that's what we want to see in the future.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I appreciate your service to our country and appreciate your enthusiasm and passion for this new mission that you have. Thanks for being here today.
Absolutely.
How would those listening in, if they wanted to connect with you guys, how would they learn more with you or to connect with you?
Best place to do it would be on brownandpierce.com is our website, or you can look me up on LinkedIn, Jake Brown on there in Jacksonville, Florida, and you'll find me there. So.
Good. Well, I hope folks will. So thanks for being here.
Thank you, Jack. I appreciate it.
Well, that's it, folks. That's the time we have here today, and you've been on a mission with Jack Sears at the Daily News Network. Hopefully you've learned something new, interesting. Perhaps you'd like to connect with Jake and his business partner and learn more about what they're doing. Well, if so, be sure to revisit this interview at thedailynewsnetwork.com and share it with others. Until we get together next time, here's wishing you good health, much happiness, and remember, treat each other the way you'd like to be treated.